Today we're going to be looking and working with multiplying radical expressions. So multiplying radical expressions, if the nth root of a and the nth root of b are real numbers, then the nth root of a times by the nth root of b equals the nth root of a times b. So let's look at some example problems to see how this works. So we have the square root of 2 times by the square root of 8. So we have the square root of 2 times 8. And 2 times 8 is 16. And the square root of 16 is plus or minus 4. So for this one, we have the cube root of 3 times by the cube root of negative 9. So that equals the cube root of 3 times the negative 9. And 3 times a negative 9 is a negative 27. The cube root of a negative 27 is negative 3. So here we have the fourth root of 16 times by the fourth root of negative 4. So that means we would have the fourth root of 16 times by negative 4. So the fourth root of 16 times negative 4, 16 times negative 4 is negative 64. But remember, we can't take a fourth root of a negative number, so this has no real solutions or roots for that, no real roots. Alright, so let's take a look at this one. This would be the fourth root of 16 times 81, and the fourth root of 16 times 81, or 16 times 81 is 1,296, and the fourth root of 1,296 is a positive or minus negative 6. So let's look again at how we simplify radical expressions. So first I'm going to look at factoring my 50. So 5 times 10, 5 times 2. So I know I have one group of 5s, I have a 2 left over, and I know I can take out 2 groups of 2x's, but I'm left over with square root of 2. So here's 72 is 8 times 9. So 4 and 2, 2 and 2. 9 is 3 and 3. So we have one group of 2's that we can take out, one group of 3's. So 2 times 3. We have a 2 left over. And we have one group of x's we can take out, but we still have one x left over. So we have a 2x still under our square root. So to simplify this more, 2 times 3 is 6. So we have 6x squared times by the square root of 2x. So let's look at the cube root of 80 times x squared. So 80 is 2 times 40, 2 times 20, 2 times 10, and 2 times 5. So here we want 3, so we have one group of 2's for our x's, so we have a 2 left over and a 5. So if we want x to the 7th, that means we are able to take out 2 groups of x's. That means we have 1x left over. So times by 2 times 5 with that 1x. So to simplify this even further, 2 times 5 is 10. So now let's take a look at putting both of those together. Let's multiply and simplify each of our expressions. So here we have 3 times 2 is 6. So then we have the square root of 7 times 21 times by x to the third times by x to the third times by y squared. So if we take 7 times 21, we end up with 147. X to the third times x to the third is x to the 6th, and then y squared. So if we factor 147, we still have our 6 in front, but we are able to take out one group of 2 7s. We have 6 x's, so we can take out 3 groups. Needs to be in absolute value signs. we can take out a group of y's. So then we're left with 3. So 6 times 7 is 42, times by the absolute value of x to the third, times by the absolute value of y, times the square root of 3. Let's look at this last example for the day. We want to do the cube root of 25 times 5, times by x to the 4th, times by y to the 8th, times by y to the 3rd. 25 times 5 is 125. X times x to the 4th is x to the 5th. Y to the 8th times by y to the 3rd is y to the 11th. So we end up with one group of 5s, one group of our x's, but we have 2 left over. 3 groups of our y's, but with 2 left over. So the square root of x squared, cube root